Grandy and Bill Thompson with you, and it's time for another exciting edition of Nehman's News and Notes.
All right, thank you very much, Andy. We'll start off with something near and dear to you, golf.
Oh.
Got this email.
Stop the music. Oh, I'm sorry, go ahead.
Got this email this week from my best friend's dad, who got a second hole-in-one of his life.
Oh, wow.
This week, eighth hole down in Florida, I believe the middle part of the states, where a lot of retirees. Hey, you know what? Fred should do a bit on this on retirement living.
No kidding. Yeah.
The Venetian Golf Course, 185 yards, hole number 8, used the Ben Hogan 2H Hybrid Club, 19 degrees, with the number 4 Bridgestone golf ball. Now, this is a story because my best friend's dad is deaf and legally blind.
No kidding.
So how about that? Congratulations to James Nehman.
Really?
Last one was back in 1976 and one again in on March 21st, 2008. So, by the way, it cost him $225 at the bar. At the clubhouse, bar, which I think you got away pretty cheap.
Yeah.
$225.
Well, that's true. You know, that actually has become such a tradition. In some clubs, you buy insurance at the beginning of the year. I'm serious. You buy insurance for X number of dollars. It's like $20 or $25. And if you make a hole-in-one and you happen to be in the clubhouse and it's announced and there are 428 people in the clubhouse,
right.
Yeah, they got to pay for the drinks, not you.
Wow. All right. So, have you ever been a pallbearer before?
Yes, I have.
Yes,
I have.
It's
I
a
have
very
been many times.
Job. It's a tough job, obviously.
Yes,
You're
it
there
is.
for terrible reasons, but it's difficult because the coffins weigh a lot, right?
Yeah.
And it can be difficult. And I would say that the most important thing to do when you're a pallbearer is don't drop the coffin,
I was
right?
just going to say that, yeah.
Okay.
You don't want to do that.
Well, poor Joseph Rivas down in Florida not only dropped the coffin, but fell into the grave.
Oh, my God.
And the coffin fell on top of it.
Oh, my God.
And Rivas is blaming the cemetery. Yes, it's a victim-first world we live in these days.
Yeah.
He says the cemetery failed to warn him of the dangerous condition, that being the excessively large hole
in the ground. Where did he think the coffin was ultimately going to go?
He claims it was concealed by the AstroTurf, and he stepped on the AstroTurf, which really there wasn't anything underneath the AstroTurf.
I know what he's talking about. Yeah, I've seen
ground.
that many times. So.
Anyway, he is suing. So
really,
pour that.
What would that weigh?
That's heavy.
Coming down on top of you in the bottom of a 6-foot hole.
You don't want that to happen to you. And lastly, got this email from several listeners to the Grandy and Andy Morning Show.
I know what you're talking about.
I know you got one as well.
Yeah.
Has to do with our good friend and colleague, Frederick Grandy.
Yes.
The subject line is, sent to me, Fred, by my vegan daughter, maybe a good opportunity if Ching Lao is looking for work. This is terrible. 2 things that you can find a lot of in Portland, Oregon, vegans and strip clubs. So Johnny Diablo decided to open up a business to combine both.
Really?
Yes, his Casa Diablo Gentlemen's Club will have soy protein instead of beef in the tacos and chimichangas. The dancers will wear pleather, not leather. Many of the dancers are vegans or vegetarians themselves.
That's some fine tofu there.
Diablo says, my sole purpose in the universe is to save every possible creature from pain and suffering. But I ask you seriously, who goes to strip clubs for the food? I mean, this is the Pac-Man Jones argument, remember?
That's right.
Oh, no.
I'm hungry. I needed something to eat.
Roger Goodell, I was only there for the food. I was hungry. It was 3 o'clock in the morning. I didn't care about the naked ladies. I just wanted to go there for the tasty burgers.
Right.
I mean, come on. Not one man in the world has walked into a strip club and said, yeah, I'll have the steak.